ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ನಮ್ಮ ಚರ್ಚೆಗೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. ಇವತ್ತು ನಾವು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಹವಾಮಾನ ಮತ್ತು ಋತುಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡೋದು ಅಂತ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಇದು ನಮ್ಮ ಡೈಲಿ ಲೈಫಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳ ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯವಾದ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ?
ಹೌದು ಹೌದು ಖಂಡಿತ. ಪ್ರತಿದಿನ ನಾವಿದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀವಿ.
ನಮ್ಮತ್ರ ಇರೋ ಈ ಪಾಠದ ವಿಷಯಗಳನ್ನು ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಹವಾಮಾನ ವಿವರಿಸೋಕೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಋತುಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳೋಕೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಮಾತುಕತೆ ಏನಂತಾರಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಟಾಕ್, ಅದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ಬೇಕಾದ ಪದಗಳು, ವಾಕ್ಯಗಳು, ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಇದೆ.
ಹೌದು, ಒಳ್ಳೆ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ.
ಸೊ ನಮ್ಮ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದರಿಂದ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾದ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ತೆಗೆದು ಇವತ್ತು ಬಿಸಿಲು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಅಥವಾ ನಾಳೆ ಮಳೆ ಬರಬಹುದು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳೋಕೆ ಕಲಿಯೋದು.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್.
ಅಂದಾಗ ಈ ಹವಾಮಾನದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡೋದಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಅಪರಿಚಿತರ ಜೊತೆ ಕೂಡ ಮಾತು ಶುರು ಮಾಡೋಕೆ ಇದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ.
ಖಂಡಿತ ಖಂಡಿತ, ಐಸ್ ಬ್ರೇಕರ್ ಇದ್ದ ಹಾಗೆ.
ಸರಿ, ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಶುರು ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಮೊದಲು ಕೆಲವು ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಪದಗಳು. ಸನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬಿಸಿಲು, ಕ್ಲೌಡಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮೋಡ ಕವಿದ ವಾತಾವರಣ.
ಹೌದು
ಹೌದು. ರೈನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮಳೆ, ವಿಂಡಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗಾಳಿ ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಬೀಸೋದು, ಹಾಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬಿಸಿ, ಕೋಲ್ಡ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಚಳಿ ಅಥವಾ ತಂಪು. ಇವುಗಳನ್ನು ಬಳಸಿ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಸನ್ನಿ ಟುಡೇ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಂದು ತುಂಬಾ ಬಿಸಿಲಿದೆ ಅಂತ.
ಹೌದು.
ಅಥವಾ ದ ವೆದರ್ ಇಸ್ ಕ್ಲೌಡಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಕೂಲ್, ಹವಾಮಾನ ಮೋಡದಿಂದ ಕೂಡಿದೆ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ತಂಪಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ.
ಸರಿ.
ಇದೇ ತರ ಋತುಗಳು. ಸೀಸನ್ಸ್. ಸಮ್ಮರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬೇಸಿಗೆ, ರೈನಿ ಅಥವಾ ಮಾನ್ಸೂನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮಳೆಗಾಲ, ವಿಂಟರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಚಳಿಗಾಲ. ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಬೇಸಿಗೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಸಿಲು, ಚಳಿಗಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಚಳಿ, ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋದೆ.
ಹೌದು.
ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗೆ, ಸಮ್ಮರ್ ಇಸ್ ಯೂಶುವಲಿ ವೆರಿ ಹಾಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಸಿಗೆ ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯವಾಗಿ ತುಂಗ ಬಿಸಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಹವಾಮಾನ ಮುನ್ಸೂಚನೆ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳೋದಾದ್ರೆ ಫೋರ್ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ. ದ ವೆದರ್ ಫೋರ್ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಸೇಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಮೈಟ್ ರೈನ್ ಟುಮಾರೋ, ನಾಳೆ ಮಳೆ ಬರ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ ಹವಾಮಾನ ವರದಿ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ.
ಹೌದು, ಮೈಟ್ ರೈನ್.
ಅಥವಾ ಲುಕ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ವಿಂಡಿ ಲೇಟರ್, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಗಾಳಿ ಜೋರಾಗ್ಬೋದು ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ಥರ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು.
ಹೌದು, ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿದ ಈ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಪದಗಳು, ವಾಕ್ಯಗಳು, ಇವು ಬರೀ ವೆದರ್ ಹೇಳಕ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಬೇರೆಯವರ ಜೊತೆ, ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಹೊಸಬರ ಜೊತೆ ಮಾತು ಶುರು ಮಾಡೋಕೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.
ಹೌದು ಹೌದು.
ರಮೇಶ್ ಕವಿತಾ ಸಂಭಾಷಣೆ ಉದಾಹರಣೆ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮ ಸೋರ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೈಸ್ ವೆದರ್ ಟುಡೇ ಇಸಂಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಅಂತ ಎಷ್ಟು ಸುಲಭವಾಗಿ ಮಾತು ಶುರು ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ತೋರಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದು ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಟಾಕ್ಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್.
ಅದು ನಿಜ. ಆದರೆ ಈ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ವಾಕ್ಯಗಳನ್ನ ಬಳಸುವಾಗಲೂ ಕೆಲವೊಮ್ಮೆ ತಪ್ಪುಗಳಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗೆ ವೆದರ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಕ್ಲೈಮೇಟ್, ಇದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೇಳಿ.
ಖಂಡಿತವಾಗಿಯೂ ಇದು ಬಹಳ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾದ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್. ವೆದರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ದಿನದ ಅಥವಾ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸಮಯದ ವಾತಾವರಣ ಸ್ಥಿತಿ. ಇವತ್ತು ಹೇಗಿದೆ, ನಾಳೆ ಹೇಗಿರಬಹುದು ಅನ್ನೋದು.
ಓಕೆ.
ಕ್ಲೈಮೇಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಒಂದು ಜಾಗದ ಬಹಳ ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದೀರ್ಘಕಾಲದ ಸರಾಸರಿ ಹವಾಮಾನ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಟುಡೇ ಕ್ಲೈಮೇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಹಾಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದು ತಪ್ಪು.
ಓ ಸರಿ.
ಸರಿ ವಾಕ್ಯ ದ ವೆದರ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಹಾಟ್ ಟುಡೇ.
ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು, ಕೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಹಾಗೆ ಹೇಳೋದನ್ನ.
ಅದ್ರ ಬದಲು ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸನ್ನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಗ್ರಾಮೆಟಿಕಲಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್.
ಓಕೆ. ವೆದರ್ ವರ್ಸಸ್ ಕ್ಲೈಮೇಟ್ ಮತ್ತು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ವರ್ಬ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಸ್, ಇದು ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ಗ್ರಾಮರ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ನೇನಾದ್ರೂ ಗಮನಿಸಬೇಕಾ?
ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳೋದಾದ್ರೆ, ಹವಾಮಾನದ ಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಹೇಳುವಾಗ ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಅಡ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವಿಶೇಷಣ ಬಳಸ್ತೀವಿ. ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗೆ, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕೋಲ್ಡ್, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವಿಂಡಿ, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹ್ಯೂಮಿಡ್.
ಸರಿ.
ಅದೇ ಒಂದು ನಿರ್ದಿಷ್ಟ ಹವಾಮಾನ ಘಟನೆ, ಈವೆಂಟ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳುವಾಗ ದೇರ್ ಈಸ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನೌನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾಮಪದ ಬಳಸ್ತೀವಿ. ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗೆ, ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಮ್, ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಹೆವಿ ರೈನ್.
ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಜೊತೆ ಗುಣ, ದೇರ್ ಈಸ್ ಜೊತೆ ಘಟನೆ.
ಹೌದು. ಮತ್ತೆ ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಗೆಸ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ನೀವೇ ಹೇಳಿದ ಹಾಗೆ ಮೈಟ್ ಅಥವಾ ಲುಕ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಕಾಮನ್. ಇಟ್ ಮೈಟ್ ಸ್ನೋ ಟು ನೈಟ್, ಇವತ್ತು ರಾತ್ರಿ ಹಿಮ ಬೀಳಬಹುದು.
ಓಕೆ.
ಇಟ್ ಲುಕ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದ ರೈನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಸೂನ್, ಮಳೆ ಬೇಗ ನಿಲ್ಲೋ ಹಾಗಿದೆ.
ಇದು ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಡೈಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡೋಕೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ತುಂಬಾ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.
ಖಂಡಿತ. ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗಂತೂ ಇದು ಬೇಕೇ ಬೇಕು. ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ಚೆಕ್ ದ ವೆದರ್ ಫೋರ್ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಬುಕಿಂಗ್ ದ ಟಿಕೆಟ್ಸ್ ಟು ಊಟಿ.
ಹೌದು.
ಇಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಕೋಲ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ಡೆಲ್ಲಿ ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ ಡಿಸೆಂಬರ್? ಶುಡ್ ಐ ಪ್ಯಾಕ್ ವುಲನ್ ಕ್ಲೋತ್ಸ್? ಈ ತರಹ ಕೇಳೋಕೆ, ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕೆ ಈ ವೊಕ್ಯಾಬ್ಯುಲರಿ ಬೇಕು.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್.
ಇದು ಬರೀ ಭಾಷೆ ಕಲಿಯೋದಲ್ಲ, ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ ಇದ್ದ ಹಾಗೆ.
ಒಟ್ಟಾರೆಯಾಗಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಹವಾಮಾನ ಮತ್ತೆ ಋತುಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡೋ ಈ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ನಾಲೆಡ್ಜ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ನಮ್ಮ ಡೈಲಿ ಮಾತುಕತೆ, ಹೊಸಬ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಮಾತಾಡೋಕೆ, ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ಗಳಿಗೆ, ಹೀಗೆ ಹಲವು ಕಡೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಸುತ್ತೆ, ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಷನ್ ಈಸಿ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ.
ಹೌದು, ಖಂಡಿತ. ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಒಂದು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಈ ಹವಾಮಾನ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಲ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಇದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಭಾಷೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರೂ ಸರಿ, ಅದು ಹೇಗೆ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಭಾಷೆ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿಗಳ ಜನರ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಒಂದು ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್, ಒಂದು ಸೇತುವೆ ರೀತಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು.
नमस्कार। आज हम बात कर रहे हैं कि मौसम और ऋतुओं के बारे में अंग्रेजी में कैसे बात की जाए। हमारे पास जो सामग्री है, मौसम और ऋतुएं अंग्रेजी में बातचीत, वो इसी पर है। मकसद ये है कि रोज की बातचीत के लिए जरूरी अंग्रेजी शब्द और वाक्य सीखें। हम अक्सर हिंदी में कहते हैं, आज तो बड़ी गर्मी है, या अरे लगता है बारिश होगी, तो इन्हें अंग्रेजी में ठीक से कैसे कहें, है ना? चलिए कुछ बेसिक शब्दों से शुरू करते हैं। मौसम के लिए कुछ आम अंग्रेजी शब्द क्या होंगे?
हाँ, जैसे कि सनी मतलब धूप वाला दिन, क्लाउडी जब बादल हों, रेनी जाहिर है बारिश वाला, विंडी तेज हवा वाला, फॉगी भी होता है धुंध वाला।
और तापमान? उसके लिए हॉट, कोल्ड
और ह्यूमिड उमस घरा।
बिल्कुल, जैसे कह सकते हैं इट्स वेरी हॉट टुडे।
या फिर द वेदर इज क्लाउडी एंड कूल, मतलब मौसम बादलों वाला और ठंडा है।
हाँ, और ये शब्द जानने से ना बड़े आसान वाक्य बन जाते हैं। जैसे कोई पूछे व्हाट्स द वेदर लाइक टुडे?
अच्छा, मतलब आज मौसम कैसा है? हाँ, तो जवाब में आप कह सकते हैं इट्स अ ब्यूटिफुल सनी डे। या अगर लगे कि बारिश होने वाली है तो लुक्स लाइक इट माइट रेन।
लुक्स लाइक इट माइट रेन, ये तो बहुत काम का है। ये रोज की बातचीत के लिए सच में जरूरी है।
बिल्कुल, ये एकदम बेसिक है।
अच्छा, ये तो हुई रोज के मौसम की बात। पर ऋतुएं, मतलब समर, मॉनसून, विंटर, इनके बारे में।
हाँ,
ऋतुएं भी जरूरी हैं। समर यानी गर्मी, मॉनसून बरसात का मौसम, विंटर सर्दी,
स्प्रिंग और ऑटम भी है, बसंत और पतझड़।
हाँ, स्प्रिंग और ऑटम, और हर ऋतु की अपनी खासियत होती है। आप बता सकते हैं विंटर इज यूजुअली कोल्ड हियर, या समर्स कैन बी रियली हॉट।
और पता है, मौसम पर बात करना ना किसी से भी बातचीत शुरू करने का एक बहुत ही मतलब आसान तरीका है।
हाँ, ये तो है। मैंने भी देखा है, लोग अक्सर कह देते हैं हॉट डे इज़न्ट इट,
है ना?
बिल्कुल।
और जवाब आता है यस इट्स एक्सट्रीमली हॉट टुडे। बस बात शुरू हो जाती है।
सही। अच्छा, थोड़ी ग्रामर की बात करें। स्रोत में इट इज और देयर इज का जिक्र था, ये कैसे काम करते हैं?
हाँ, ये एक जरूरी पॉइंट है। देखिए, जब मौसम का हाल बताना हो, मतलब विशेषता बतानी हो, तो इट इज के साथ एडजेक्टिव लगाते हैं। जैसे इट इज कोल्ड या इट इज सनी।
अच्छा, मतलब ठंड है या धूप है।
हाँ, लेकिन अगर किसी घटना की बात करनी हो, जैसे तूफान या बारिश, जो कि एक संज्ञा है, नाउन, तब देयर इज इस्तेमाल होता है। जैसे देयर इज अ स्टॉर्म, मतलब तूफान आया है, या देयर इज हेवी रेन, यानी भारी बारिश हो रही है।
समझ गया। और वो भविष्यवाणी के लिए, जैसे शायद बारिश हो,
उसके लिए माइट या लुक्स लाइक का इस्तेमाल करते हैं। इट माइट रेन टुनाइट, या जैसा हमने पहले कहा, लुक्स लाइक रेन।
ये साफ हुआ। अच्छा, गलतियों की बात करें। एक आम गलती जो स्रोत में बताई है, वेदर और क्लाइमेट में कंफ्यूजन।
हाँ, ये बहुत आम है। लोग अक्सर गड़बड़ कर देते हैं। देखिए, वेदर होता है आज का या रोज का मौसम,
ठीक है,
और क्लाइमेट होता है किसी जगह का लंबे समय का औसत मौसम, यानी सालों का पैटर्न।
तो टुडे क्लाइमेट इज हॉट, ये गलत है।
बिल्कुल गलत। कहना चाहिए द वेदर इज वेरी हॉट टुडे।
अच्छा, और कोई आम गलती?
एक और है टेंस की गलती, मतलब काल की। जैसे बीते कल की बारिश के लिए कुछ लोग कह देते हैं इट रेन्स यस्टरडे।
ओह, हाँ, ये तो सुना है।
जबकि सही है इट रेन्ड यस्टरडे, पास्ट टेंस इस्तेमाल होगा। ये छोटी छोटी बातें, पर इनसे अंग्रेजी ज्यादा सही लगती है।
बिल्कुल सही। और ये सारी जानकारी, मतलब शब्द, वाक्य, गलतियां, ये सब यात्रा की प्लानिंग में भी काम आती होंगी।
हाँ, बिल्कुल। शोध में भी इसके उदाहरण दिए हैं। जैसे आप किसी को सलाह दे रहे हो, पैक वार्म क्लोथ्स, इट्स कोल्ड इन शिमला, गर्म कपड़े रख लो, शिमला में ठंड है।
या फिर खुद ही निकलने से पहले सोचना, लेट्स चेक द वेदर फोरकास्ट बिफोर लीविंग।
चलो मौसम का पूर्वानुमान देख लें।
एकदम प्रैक्टिकल चीजें हैं ये। तो कुल मिलाकर बात यह है कि मौसम से जुड़े ये अंग्रेजी शब्द और वाक्य समझने से न सिर्फ बातचीत आसान होती है, बल्कि आत्मविश्वास भी बढ़ता है।
निश्चित रूप से ये सिर्फ शब्द रटना नहीं है, ये आपको अपने आसपास के माहौल को बयान करने और लोगों से जुड़ने में मदद करता है, चाहे छोटी सी बातचीत हो या कहीं जाने की तैयारी। तो बस मुख्य बातें याद रखनी है। मौसम के शब्द, ऋतुओं का जिक्र, इट इज और देयर इज का सही इस्तेमाल, और वेदर बनाम क्लाइमेट जैसी गलतियों से बचना।
बिल्कुल, इससे अंग्रेजी बेहतर होती है और हम ज्यादा आत्मविश्वास से अपनी बात रख पाते हैं। और जाते जाते एक सवाल मन में आता है, क्या अंग्रेजी में मौसम के लिए जो इतने सारे शब्द और तरीके हैं, वो हमें ये भी बताते हैं कि अंग्रेजी बोलने वाले लोग प्रकृति को कैसे देखते हैं? मतलब भाषा और संस्कृति का नजरिया इस पर सोचा जा सकता है।
हाँ, ये एक दिलचस्प पहलू है, सोचने वाली बात है।
Okay, so what's the first thing you often talk about when you meet someone new? Or maybe when you're just, trying to break the ice. Chances are it's the weather. It's just so common, right? Almost automatic. But how often do we really stop and like deep dive into why that is? What are we actually saying with all that weather talk?
Well, welcome to the deep dive. That's exactly what we're getting into today. We're unpacking something fundamental, really, to how we communicate every day, talking about weather and seasons. It seems so incredibly simple on the surface, doesn't it? A quick word about clouds or sunshine. But as we explore the material we've gathered, you'll see it's actually this rich landscape. It reflects shared human experience, our observations, and definitely social connection.
Right. It's way more than just hot or cold.
Exactly. It's this topic that kind of subtly binds us in ways we probably don't even think about most of the time.
So our mission today is pretty clear. We're going to extract the most important nuggets of knowledge, the key insights from our sources on this very topic. We want to give you a shortcut, basically, to being really well informed about the subtle but actually pretty significant role weather plays in our lives and, yeah, how we talk to each other.
Let's get into it.
Okay, so let's unpack this. Why is talking about the weather such a universal starting point? Like, everywhere people do it, our sources keep saying we all talk about it every day. What makes it so easy?
I think a big part of it is its inherent neutrality and just how common it is. I mean, think about it. The weather is something everyone experiences, right? It's observable, it's shared, no matter your background or interests.
Doesn't matter who you are, you're feeling the tempers.
Precisely. It's this immediate, tangible thing affecting us all. So it creates this instant common ground, and it's low stakes. You don't need to know anything about the other person beforehand, nothing about their job, their hobbies, politics. None of that matters when you just say, wow, it's really coming down out there.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's safe.
Totally safe.
Yeah.
It's a really easy way to bridge that initial gap, whether you're talking to, strangers, customers, colleagues, or friends, as our sources point out.
So from maybe a psychological angle, it lowers the barrier.
Absolutely. It reduces that feeling of social anxiety because there's no judgment involved, right? You're not asking for deep personal stuff. It's what some linguists call phatic communication. You're not really trying to convey complex information.
It's more about just making contact.
Exactly. Establishing and maintaining that social connection. It's like the verbal version of a friendly nod or a smile. It just signals, hey, I'm open to talking. I see you.
Okay, a kind of social lubricant.
That's a great way to put it. It gets the conversation started smoothly without that awkwardness of, diving into personal stuff too soon. It really is the ultimate conversational handshake.
Okay, and to have these conversations, you obviously need the words. Our sources list out some of the basics, the foundation. We're talking about words like sunny saiga, cloudy erda, rainy soggy, windy hooka, foggy cooka, stormy yeah.
The visual and tactile ones.
And then the more descriptive adjectives like humid, dry, and the temperature range, hot, warm, cold, cool, and freezing.
Right.
The examples given seem super simple. It's very hot today, or the weather's cloudy and cool. Maybe it rained heavily yesterday, the wind is strong today. Just facts, right? Or are they?
Well, yes, on the surface they're factual. But here's where it gets interesting. Those words often carry much more than just description. They're packed with nuance, implied meaning, sometimes even a subtle emotional weight.
How so? Like freezing.
Exactly. Think about cold versus freezing. Both mean low temperature. But freezing hits differently, doesn't it? It suggests intensity, maybe discomfort, even a bit of danger.
Yeah, you feel freezing more intensely.
Right. It makes you think of shivering, bundling up. It creates this shared sense of bracing against the elements. And humid. It's not just moisture content.
Yeah. Sticky. Oppressive.
Exactly. It suggests that heavy, sticky feeling on your skin. You don't just know it's humid, you feel it, and usually there's a kind of shared mild annoyance that comes with it.
So these words aren't just labels, they're triggers for experience.
Precisely. Sensory triggers, loaded with subjective experience. Saying it's freezing cold outside sets a completely different conversational tone than just, oh, it's cool. It can instantly create that shared feeling, maybe a collective groan, or a memory of slipping on ice. And that creates a stronger, quicker connection.
So it's the feeling of the weather that we connect over, not just the fact of it.
Yes, exactly. That feeling is often the real bridge.
So it's not just the temperature, but how it feels.
Mm.
And that shared feeling immediately builds common ground. Okay, this is where it gets really insightful. Like you say, man, it's absolutely freezing out there, isn't it? And the other person just shivers and goes, oh, tell me about it. Boom. Instant bond.
That's it, a microbond. You've bypassed all the awkward intro stuff. You both share that immediate, undeniable reality. The atmospheric conditions, yes, but more importantly, the experience of them.
Right. You both feel the freeze.
And that shared experience, that immediate understanding, it's powerful. It's a base layer of connection. From there, the conversation can go anywhere.
Like complaining about heating bills or...
Or sharing tips for staying warm, or maybe talking about how the cold is affecting plans, rescheduling something. It's that quick establishment of empathy.
It's a really efficient social tool then, connecting on a basic level, even with a total stranger.
Absolutely fascinating how a simple observation does so much heavy lifting in human interaction.
Okay, so moving beyond just single words, let's think about the common sentences, the phrases we use all the time in weather small talk. Our sources give us some good ones. What's the weather like today? It's a beautiful sunny day. Looks like it might rain. It's freezing cold outside. Today's hot and humid. Maybe the weather is perfect for a walk. We say these things constantly.
And we often say them without even thinking about their full function, right? But that's where their real power lies. They aren't just descriptions. They're often subtle invitations.
Invitations? How so?
Well, take "it's a beautiful sunny day." You're not just stating a fact. You're expressing a positive feeling, an opinion. You're implicitly inviting the other person to agree, maybe share their enjoyment, or talk about how it affects their mood or plans.
Ah, okay. And the weather is perfect for a walk.
That's more than just an observation, too. It could be a gentle suggestion, maybe an encouragement if you know they like walking, or just expressing a shared positive feeling. It could easily lead to talking about favorite walks or even making a plan.
So these phrases are like conversational lubricants again, keeping things flowing.
Definitely. They're workhorses. They help keep the conversation moving, avoid those awkward pauses, and build rapport. They signal you're willing to engage and find that common ground.
It's like opening the door for connection.
Exactly. Setting a tone of shared experience.
To really nail this down, our sources have this great little role-play example between Ramesh and Kavitha. It's short, but it shows a lot. Let's hear it. Ramesh starts.
Hello, Kavitha. Hot day, isn't it?
Classic opener. Tag question invites agreement.
Kavitha replies, yes, it's extremely hot today. Feels like 40 degrees.
See, she doesn't just say yes. She validates and amplifies extremely hot, adds a specific or relatable detail, feels like 40 degrees, makes the shared feeling stronger, shows she's really engaging.
Then Ramesh says, I hope it rains soon. This heat is unbearable.
Now he's moving beyond just observation. He's expressing a hope it rains, and an emotional state, unbearable. It's an invitation for shared complaining almost. Commiseration. And Kavitha responds, yes, the weather is very dry. Even the trees look tired.
Beautiful response. She agrees again, adds another detail, very dry. But then that last part, even the trees look tired. That's poetic. It deepens the empathy. It's almost a shared vulnerability.
Wow, yeah. You're right. It's not just about the heat anymore.
Not at all. It's this little micro drama of connection. Shared discomfort, mutual empathy, a shared wish for change. Phrases like unbearable and trees look tired carry real emotional weight. They're using the weather as a vehicle to express how they feel and connect on that level.
And that reinforces the source's tip. Talking about weather is a great way to start conversations. It really lubricates things.
It's a powerful stepping stone, moving from just acknowledging someone to actually sharing a bit of human experience.
So when we ask, what does this all mean? It really means weather talk is often a kind of shorthand, a proxy for checking in, sharing the moment.
Exactly. Establishing that comfortable baseline. It's a gentle way to probe someone's immediate world. The reaction tells you something.
A sigh, a laugh, a nod. It's all communication.
It's this fundamental rhythm in our social interactions. A quiet agreement to connect over the shared backdrop of our environment.
Okay, so from those daily checks, let's broaden the view. Let's talk about the bigger cycles, the seasons. Our source material mentions 5 common ones: summer, rainy or monsoon, winter, spring, and autumn. These aren't just calendar dates, right? They're major shifts.
Absolutely. Major sustained shifts in atmospheric patterns, and they have a profound impact on how we live. Each one arrives with its own distinct personality, you could say.
Okay, so walk us through them. Summer.
Summer is generally known for being hot, often dry, though humidity can be a factor in some places. Think longer days, more outdoor activity.
Then rainy or monsoon season.
A big shift there. Wet, cloudy, often lots of heavy rain. Crucial for agriculture, but can also bring challenges like floods, strong winds.
Makes sense. Then winter.
Temperatures drop, obviously. It gets cold. Can be foggy or maybe dry and crisp, depending on the region. Generally means warmer clothes, more time indoors for many people.
And then comes spring.
Spring. Usually brings that much-anticipated pleasant weather, often cool, but everything feels like it's waking up. Plants, colors, a sense of renewal.
And finally, autumn or fall.
Right. The transition season. Leaves changing color, falling off trees. The weather gradually cools down, getting ready for winter again. These aren't just climate facts. They're cycles we feel deeply.
And these characteristics aren't just abstract, are they? They connect directly to how we live. Our sources give examples.
They do. Like in summer, we drink a lot of water. That's a direct physical response to the heat, influencing diet, energy, everything.
Or monsoon brings heavy rain and strong winds. That directly impacts travel, construction, outdoor plans, sometimes even safety.
Definitely. And the simple one. Winter is cold and people wear sweaters. Obvious, maybe, but it dictates clothing, heating costs, comfort. It's a very real, very practical influence every single day.
So what's really fascinating here is how seasons aren't just weather periods.
Yeah,
They're fundamental forces shaping societies.
that's a great way to put it. They shape almost everything, subtly or overtly. Think agriculture planting and harvest times are dictated by seasons. That affects food supply, economies.
Like grape harvests in autumn.
Exactly. Or monsoon rains for rice paddies. They shape our clothing industries, summer lines, winter collections. Our leisure activities, beaches in summer, skiing in winter.
Cultural traditions too, right? Lots of festivals seem tied to seasons.
Absolutely. Harvest festivals in autumn, spring festivals celebrating renewal. They influence travel patterns when it's best to visit certain places, and even our well-being.
How so? Well-being.
Yeah, things like seasonal affective disorder or SAD. Prolonged darkness or bad weather in winter can genuinely affect mood and energy for some people. Extreme heat can too. It shows how deeply connected our physical and mental states are to these long-term natural cycles.
It really connects the grand scale patterns to our very personal daily lives.
It does. And talking about seasons lets us share more personal things too. Preferences, memories.
Right. If you say, oh, autumn is my favorite season, that opens up a whole conversation. Why? Maybe you love the colors, the crisp air.
Or you share a memory. I remember that amazing spring. It creates nostalgia, connection, or you anticipate something. I can't wait for summer and swimming.
It goes deeper than just, it's hot today. It taps into our connection with the natural world, our personal histories with it.
Exactly. It enriches the conversation significantly.
Okay, let's switch gears a bit and look at the nuts and bolts. The grammar of weather talk. How do we describe things clearly? Our sources highlight two main structures. It is and there is. Seems simple, but getting them right matters for sounding natural.
It really does.
Yeah.
So it is, usually followed by an adjective, describes the general state of the weather right now, like it is cold, or it is very windy today. It sets the scene, the overall atmospheric condition.
So it is sunny, it is cloudy, it is humid. Describes the general feeling or state.
Correct. It's about the overall quality of the day.
And there is.
There is, followed by a noun, points to the presence of a specific weather thing or event. So there is a storm coming, or there is heavy rainfall in a specific place. It highlights a particular element or event happening within the weather system.
Like there is a strong wind or there is thick fog. It's about something specific existing.
Exactly, a concrete phenomenon, not just the general state.
Got it. And our sources have a bonus tip about talking about the future, which is always a bit uncertain with weather.
Right. Predicting weather isn't an exact science, despite all our tech. So we need language to reflect that uncertainty.
Using words like might or phrases like looks like.
Precisely. Instead of saying it will rain, which sounds very definite, it's much more common and accurate to say it might rain or looks like a storm is coming.
It conveys that probability, that possibility, which is key for forecasts, sets the right expectation.
Exactly. It acknowledges the inherent uncertainty.
Okay, so this naturally leads to common mistakes. Where do people trip up? Our sources point out a few key ones. This is useful stuff.
Definitely. A big one is mixing up weather and climate. You might hear someone say, today climate is very heat.
Right. What should they say?
The natural phrasing is, the weather is very hot today. Or simply, it's very hot today. The core issue is using climate for a single day's condition.
We'll come back to that distinction. What else?
Verb tense, especially with past events like it rains yesterday.
Should be.
It rained yesterday. Simple past tense. Basic, but crucial for clarity.
And the last one mentioned is kind of awkward. Sun is there.
Yeah, you wouldn't really say that. Much more natural is it is sunny or the sun is shining. It just flows better in conversation.
These aren't just grammar rules. They're about sounding natural, being understood easily.
Totally. And that brings us back to that crucial tip about climate versus weather.
Right. The source says the word climate is for long term. Use weather for daily talk.
Yeah.
This seems like a really important takeaway.
It is hugely important, and not just for sounding smart. It's about understanding the concepts properly.
So break it down again. Weather is.
Weather is short term. What's happening now or in the next few days? Temperature, rain, wind, clouds in a specific place at a specific time.
And climate.
Climate is the long-term pattern. The average weather conditions in a region over many years, usually like 30 years or more. It's the bigger picture.
Why is getting this distinction right so vital?
Because mixing them up leads to real misunderstandings, especially with big topics like, well, climate change. You can't point to one cold day and say, see, climate change isn't real, because climate is about long-term trends, not single weather events.
And one hot summer doesn't prove climate change on its own, but it might fit into the long-term pattern.
Exactly. Understanding the difference helps us interpret information correctly, whether it's a news report or a scientific discussion. It's fundamental for being environmentally literate, really.
Okay, that's a really clear and important distinction. So moving on to how we use all this, how do we apply this understanding to plan our lives looking ahead? Forecasts become key here.
Absolutely. Forecasts are where weather knowledge becomes really practical, helping us anticipate and manage things.
And we have specific ways of talking about them, right? Phrases our sources list.
We do. Very common ones like, the weather forecast says it will rain tomorrow. Straightforward prediction.
Or maybe, there will be strong winds today. Warning about a specific element.
Or something positive. Tomorrow will be sunny and warm, setting expectations for pleasant conditions.
And warnings about changes. The temperature will drop next week. Gives you time to prepare.
And that classic piece of advice, keep an umbrella, it may rain. Practical application right there.
These aren't just idle predictions. They genuinely help us make decisions every day. What to wear, whether to have that barbecue.
Minimize hassle, maximize comfort. They empower us to adapt.
And taking that bigger picture view again. How does this affect bigger plans like travel? It must be huge.
Oh, enormous. Weather is often a deciding factor in travel. Our sources give great examples of travel-related phrases that show this. We're gonna Udi the weather. We'll be cool. Sets the expectation immediately. Pack sweaters, maybe plan for cozy indoor activities too.
Or the opposite, a warning. Avoid traveling during heavy rains. That's serious safety advice. Road conditions, flight delays.
Exactly. Or deciding when to travel. Summer is too hot for sightseeing in a particular place. It helps you choose the best time for comfort and enjoyment.
And the direct advice. Pack warm clothes. It's cold in Shimla. Linking the forecast directly to your packing list.
It all boils down to that essential step. Let's check the weather forecast before leaving. It's become almost automatic for any trip planning. Safety, comfort, enjoyment, it all depends on it.
Forecasts really become indispensable tools for travelers.
No doubt about it. Practical application at its best.
To make this really concrete, our sources have that lovely little story, The Rainy Day Picnic. It captures the unpredictability perfectly.
Ah, yes, Ravi and his friends. It's a great illustration.
So the story goes, last Sunday, Ravi and his friends planned a picnic. The sky was cloudy, so already a bit uncertain, right?
Yeah, they were taking a chance.
But they all went to the park. Suddenly, it started raining heavily. Just like that.
Damn, plans disrupted.
They ran to a shelter and waited for 30 minutes. Later, the rain stopped and the sun came out. They enjoyed snacks and played games.
A happy ending eventually.
Yeah, but it really shows how weather can just throw a wrench in the works. The questions with the story highlight this. What was the weather like in the beginning? Cloudy, uncertain.
What happened suddenly? Heavy rain, immediate change needed.
Did the picnic happen? Yes, but only after adapting, waiting it out. Shows that flexibility.
Exactly. It perfectly captures how we often have to adjust to what the atmosphere decides to do. Human adaptability in action.
It really drives home that weather is this constant, dynamic factor in everything we plan. Requires flexibility, sometimes resilience.
A good reminder that we're always interacting with these natural forces.
Okay, let's pull all these threads together. Let's talk about just how everywhere weather talk is. It's ubiquity in real life. It's not just for forecasts or first meetings. It's woven into so many situations. When do we actually use all this language?
All the time. The real-life application examples in our sources really paint the picture. We've already hit hard on starting small talk with strangers. That's number one.
Right, the universal icebreaker.
But also in travel discussions, as we just covered extensively. Planning journeys, deciding destinations.
Checking forecasts, packing.
Then there's on phone calls to check on someone.
It's often one of the first things you ask, isn't it? How's the weather where you are?
Yeah, it's a way to connect, show you're thinking of their immediate reality. Simple empathy.
Totally. And people use it when describing seasons in writing or journaling, reflecting on the mood the weather creates, chronicling time through atmospheric changes.
Capturing that feeling of a crisp autumn day or a stormy winter night. And maybe the most impactful, weather-based planning. Not just picnics like Ravi's, but bigger things. Outdoor meetings, weddings, construction projects, farming schedules, major trips.
Huge events depend on it.
Absolutely. These examples show weather isn't just a topic, it's a tool. A tool for connection, for planning, for expressing care, for navigating our world.
It really functions as this subtle, pervasive backdrop to almost everything we do, an immediate, shared point of reference.
Always there, even when we don't consciously notice it, shaping our days, our choices, our conversations.
So wrapping up this part, mastering weather language isn't just about being accurate.
No, it's about participating in this fundamental human ritual, observing the world, sharing that observation, feeling empathy, and practically engaging with our environment.
It shows how language reflects and shapes our experience of the world.
A testament to our need to connect over these universal things, finding common ground quite literally under the same sky.
What a journey that was. We've really gone deep into weather and seasons, from basic words like sunny, all the way to its profound role in, well, human connection, planning our lives, even our feelings.
It's amazing how much complexity is packed into something we often treat as so mundane.
It truly is. And this whole deep dive, it kind of raises a final thought, doesn't it?
I think it does. Something for you, our listener, to maybe mull over. How does this constant awareness, this constant conversation about the weather, how does it reinforce our shared humanity, our connection to the natural world?
Yeah. What does it really say about our deep need to connect with others over things we all experience, like a hot day or a sudden storm?
It's a reminder, isn't it, that despite all our differences, we are fundamentally sharing this planet under the same dynamic sky, experiencing these shifts together.
So, maybe a little challenge for you as you go about your week. Just notice. Pay a little extra attention to how often weather comes up in your conversations, or ones you overhear. You might be surprised. And you'll see it's often doing much more than just talking about whether it's hot or cold. It's a subtle, powerful thread of connection.
Absolutely. There's a lot more to appreciate there. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.